till now I've been echoing with double quotes, but in this case we'll need to echo some HTML, and the HTML is going to have double quotes when we specify like a name of a field or the width or color or something. So I'm going to use a single quote so that we can include double quotes and not mess the script up. So starting a single quote, I'm going to go to a next line. You can have multiple lines inside of an echo, and tab over a little, and there we are, starting the table row.
Yeah, just a second ago he was saying he was going to create a new table. That's not exactly what.
Oh yeah, this is an HTML table, not a database table. Exactly.
Yeah, and even then, inside HTML, it's not that it's a new table that's being created. It's new rows and columns. Yeah.
Yep, my bad. Okay.
No, that's cool.
So
I'm just
TD
adding a little in.
Width equals 50%. So again, if we'd used a double quote here, the double quote would have ended. We would have had to use like different methods that get a little messier to keep this all together. So width equals 50%. BG color equals. For now, I'm going to set this to something. We're going to be enhancing this just a little in a minute and actually make the colors alternate. But for now, it'll be hard coded to.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sign.
So you're just going to keep them the same color every time for the first.
For the first run through, yes.
Awesome.
So start the cell and go ahead and give this a font as well. And here I'm going to, that'll be the end of the first echo, because after this we're going to do another decision, use an if statement. So far we have an email field that we're going to be storing, and we have the box to enter the email. We're going to make the script smart enough so that if someone does put their email, it'll write their name out, but make their name a link, and you hit that link and it'll bring up your email program. If they didn't enter their email, it'll just show their name. So add a little bit of advancement. So that's why we were echoing and going on to multiple lines as we echo, but ending here because we need to actually run some more PHP code. So if, okay, we need to, so in order to do this, the same thing as how we check the length of the name to make sure it's greater than 0 before we wrote it. We need to do a very similar check on the email. So after we get the email, I'm also going to go ahead and add $email_len equals strlen. So get the length of $email. So that way we have the length. Again, we could have just run that down inside the if, but to keep it a little bit simpler, just store email len, so we always keep track of the length of the email. So if $email len is greater than 0, so if we do need to put their name as a link, let me go ahead and block this in real quick. So back to echoing more HTML. So put this in bold and say name. So this is just text that the people will see in their browser. And so in this case, there is links to the email, so we need to go ahead and put it as a link. So we'll start an a tag, drift equals mail to, and then set this to whatever the email address is. Now here's one thing about working inside of single quotes. Before, when we set up the insert, we went ahead and said $name, whatever variables, even though we were inside of a double quote. When you're inside of a single quote, you can't actually use the use $ or use a variable. It'll just echo out. It'll actually echo out $email instead of what $email holds. So in order to get that, we have to actually use the dot to concatenate and add that on. So now at this point, we're outside of this section, adding on $email, and then concatenating back into more of the string. So mail to the email, and then again jumping back out, adding $, and the person's name, concatenate again, go back in, and the A tag, and that echo as well. So we echo out name and then actually create a link to their email and then write out their name for that link. Now, if they didn't put an email and email in is 0, we'll use else, block that in, and do similar except no link. So I'll copy that line, except that I'll take out everything and let it stop at, let's see, grab the entire A tag and take it out and echo only the name. And see, with that, that's the only decision we needed to make once we were inside code like this. So now we can go back out and start echoing HTML again. So I'll say echo, open a single quote, and now we need to actually show what comment they left. So I'll echo a new line, and on that new line in bold put, yay, HTML, the most fun thing to watch being typed.
Yeah, that's okay. You're doing an awesome job.
So comment. So actually, basically print the word comment in the browser, and bold, and bold. Okay. And again, we need to concatenate $comment. So I'll dot comment dot single quote. Go to the next line. Just go back to and the font tag. And that cell. And start a new cell. We're going to put the date in an adjacent cell. So TD width equals 1%. Basically make this cell as small as it possibly can be and still hold the information.